Good morning to all of our friends of Roosters and Ranches. Greetings to all. I hope everyone's doing well. Well, today here we are at the ranch once again. As you guys can see, this cattle is enjoying this hot sunny day. A lot of grass to eat. And today basically we're going to be showing you guys how we elaborate an exotic drink. It's an alcoholic beverage of this region. Basically in Jalisco, Zacatecas, and all northern Mexico. And this beverage is called pajaretes. I'm gonna translate it in Spanish. I'm gonna call it Birdies, and I'm gonna show you guys how it's elaborated. It's basically made out of milk. And here we are. This is where we're gonna start. We're basically gonna start off in the milking room. Right here we can milk 6 cows at one time, and as you can see, the first thing we do is we start feeding, and right away we tie their tails and their legs, just to make sure none of these cows kicks us or hits us with their whips us with their tail. And basically this is the first step. We start feeding. It's a special feed for milking cows. It's in Spanish it's called lechon. I'm sorry, it's called lechera. Lechera, it's basically a source of pellet. Of course, we also feed pastures and alfalfa, and that's what we feed. Aside from that, obviously they're in the range, they're eating grass. There's a lot of grass from the raining season, so that's what we feed right now. And this special feed, it's balanced. It's sort of a pellet. It's sort of a pellet that helps them produce more milk. And as you guys can see, they come in here. We set the tramps. Each cow is in its own feeding. And this is how we start. This is how we start. Usually each of these cows will produce 15 liters, which is around like 5 to 6 gallons every time we milk them. So that's twice a day. So every day they're producing like 10 gallons each, the good ones. As you can see, there's a couple breeds. These black and white ones, they're special for milking, but that white face one with the horns, that's a Cimental. That's another breed. It's not for milk, but they work also. They're not such as good producers. And we have another one, that brown one is called Charolais. And that's the kind of breeds that these little cows are. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna start milking these so I can show you how we elaborate this beverage. Here you guys can see we start milking these cows here. We use these right here. These gallons here, they're about, they can hold up to possibly around 10 to 15 gallons each. As you guys can see, we use these automatic milking machines. It's usually it works with the compressor. As you guys can hear, we got the compressor running, and we start milking each cow one by one while they're feeding. Before, we used to manually milk these cows. We would tie them up, feed them, and then manually milk them, but that was a long process. It was very time consuming, and it's not as effective as it is with these machines here. So this is what this looks like. Like I said, we'll do one by one, and each cow is producing about 10 gallons per day, more or less. But this is what we're getting into right now. I'm gonna show you guys my chickens while we're milking these cows, and we'll come back and I'll show you how we elaborate this beverage. So I just wanted to show you guys the hens that I'm gonna be using, and this season, I don't know. For now, this is what I have. I might change them. I might use some other hens, but let's start off with this one. This is a 3-year-old hen. This is a sweater. This is one of my sweaters I use, and I crossed this with my sweater yellow leg broodcock. And I like this hen. I like this hen because she gives me these beautiful white hackle stags. Very spangled when they're 6, 7, 8 month olds. All their a lot of spangled in the feathers. Once they molt out and they cock out, all that's white. It's their wings and their tail feathers. But nonetheless, really, really beautiful birds with this hen. White hackled and spangled sweaters. This is her daughter. This is a pullet. She's basically gonna be a hen already. She's going into 2 years in January 2021. And I used this one. This is a sweater yellow leg pullet. And I've used her with my Kelso brood stag and amazing results. Lemon hackled stags. These are yellow legged. And this one is also one of the ones that produces those spangled feathered stags, white hackled stags, and that's what I like about this one. Maybe possibly this season I'm gonna inbreed her to her father, to my sweater yellow leg broodcock, and see how that turns out. Possibly get some pullets out of her. Here we have one of my Kelso Albanese. This is a Kelso Albany, also turning 2 years in January. As you guys can see, she's really excited about bird bathing. I put in some new dirt, some pot soil in this cage, and they're really enjoying this new pot soil, and it really helps them in molting season. Every time in the molting season, I like to add about maybe 5 to 8 pounds of new pot soil, and it really enriches their feather. They like to bird bath, and I've just had good results with that. So that's what she's doing here. But nonetheless, a great pullet. These are white legged. These come from a white leg Kelso hens with Albany broodcock. This is another one. This is another Kelso Albany, also white leg. This is a sister of the one I just showed, and like I said, I really like these hens. I don't know, I might consider switching these. I don't know, you guys tell me what you guys think in the comments. I would like to breed these to my sweater broodcock, possibly inbreed them to their father, to my Kelso broodcock, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I will continue to use these. You guys tell me if it's worth it or not, or should I just crossbreed with the sweater broodcock. But yeah, this is what I get out of my Kelso Albany cross. It's basically Kelso with Albany and white leg Kelso, so that's how they dominate the legs. But I've had good results. I have a couple stags out on the yard, and hopefully one of these days I'll be filming the stags so you guys can see. So we're done milking, guys. Let's continue with the birdie process. This is the beverage I was telling you guys. We're done milking. As you guys can see, we have a liter of milk there, freshly milked milk there. We have coffee, and of course we have alcohol. This is sugarcane alcohol. It's a 96 degree. It's real strong. And we also like to add chocolate milk. You guys can get this. I mean, you guys can get a Nesquik. If you guys can find this one, anything milk powder, chocolate milk powder, it works. So you guys can use this one. This is what we use here at the ranch, Choco Milk, and this is what we're using right now. We also using this coffee. This coffee, you guys can find this at your local store. You guys can use anything. This is basically dissolvable coffee. This is the one we like to use here in Mexico, and basically this is the one we're gonna use today. And this is what what works for us. This is the one we like, but you guys can use any sort of coffee if you wish. And of course, the special ingredient, our 96-degree sugarcane alcohol, guys. This thing is real strong. I'm not sure if you guys can get your hand on these, but any sort of tequila, you guys can use brandy. You guys can experiment with any alcohol you want. If you want to try it out, you guys can try experimenting any of these alcoholic beverages. So the first thing we want to do is we basically add this in this cup. It's basically it's made out of clay. These cups are made out of clay, and I'll recommend these because this is the ones we use. It gives it the extra flavor. If you guys can get a hold of a special clay cup, you guys can go ahead and use that. And it also helps because we're gonna flame this. Let me show you what I mean by flaming it. This is what we do. We flame it. We light it up, guys. We burn it up. So it's very important that you use these kind of clay cups because we light them up. This is basically what we call flaming our birdies. We flame the alcoholic beverage, so it gives it that extra little taste. It's like if I can explain it, it's like a caramel taste. So it feels a little, it gives it that extra flavor like caramel. And once it heats up, once it gets warm, then we add the milk. We go ahead and add the milk here. Basically what this is, guys, it's basically like a shake. Sometimes we like to drink this in the morning. You know, we have breakfast, we drink one of these cups. If you got a little hangover, and this really helps out. It helps you get the hangover out the way. If it doesn't help, then basically you're gonna be drunk after drinking one of these. So if you don't get your hangover cured, then basically we're gonna get drunk again. But it's real tasty. Here you can see we're adding coffee to it. I like to add about a spoon and a half of coffee, and basically just shake it up, get it real mixed in there. If you guys could see, we added the alcoholic beverage, we flamed it up, we added the milk, we added coffee. Now we're gonna add our chocolate in it. Add some chocolate, and another couple ingredients you guys could use is a vanilla. If you guys want to add some vanilla on it, some cinnamon. Also, if you guys some cinnamon powder, that works well. It gives it that extra cinnamon taste. I like adding cinnamon myself. We just didn't have it at the moment, but these are the basic ingredients. And that's about it, guys. We stir it up. It gets a little foamy, and we just mix it up right, and we enjoy it. This is what we call pajaretes here in Mexico. If I were to translate it, it was basically called birdies. And it's basically cow milk, coffee, alcohol, and chocolate. And this is one of our programs in October, starting on the 8th all the way to the 18th. These are the entries. There's a couple interested entries there. So this is the start of our tournament season, and you guys take care. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.